Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They Ella they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard.
Here we go. 180!
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Switch it. Switch it.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 77 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, hey. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. 3 4 set.
Under 10. 10. 40. You got tight. You got 40. Out. Check 9. Undercrush.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
To try again after the sack, Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
19. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Cut.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Green 80. 56. You ain't going nowhere. Go. 40. 56 to Mike. 56.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And the Seahawks, 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Green 80. Alert. Check 26.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know.
And that's caught inside the 35. good one. His third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard.
34-yard line.
Waiting. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the slant. 14. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Echo. Cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Now Wilson. Over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Wilson now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners. Guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
Here we go.
I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 31. 21. Back.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Hey. 21. 24. Stay hot.
This is Jerick McKinnon, who missed the entire 2018 campaign. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Here we go. 180. Check 56. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now. Lock.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he's got room. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
They'll run with Coleman on first down, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 on the Seahawks 11-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On second down, a run with Breida. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, Bradley McDougald. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
54, Mike 54, got you. 11. SOS. Protein spill. SOS. Quick the edge. Go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1 in the 2018 season.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that stings. Lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack on first down, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. Wilson now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
First down, Seattle.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Right there, 54 Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back and go. 40.
On first down, Wilson. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
36 power.
Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Bosa in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
54 Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Watch twist. Watch twist. Wide. Get wide.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Easy. 4 down. Easy. Better. 56 is Mike. 56 is the most. Hey, here we go. Hey, watch it. Check. Press up.
Now Wilson operating from the gun. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate, and in doing so, sent this one off target.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
You don't know no better.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
46-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, come on, now. Mike 56.
Garoppolo now. And his throw is incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go. What do you need? We want this. Kill.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 33. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
Oh, definitely a little bit of disappointment there, because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. 12. March 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Buying time to his left. And I think the ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether it's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
On first down, here's Freedom. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day. All day. March 54. March 54. Let's get the ball.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The kick by Gold is good, and that will swell the lead to 16. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it,
Here we go.
touchdowns.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch out. 21. 13.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because a strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes in.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Here we go. 54.
Garoppolo gives to Breda. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
54 Mike.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breda. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure, and he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
one, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Mike 56. Mike 56.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Garoppolo now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And Selleck here, left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. 56. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. 56. Mike.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Good job right there.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
56, right there, 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56.
Let's go, D.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll make third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Green 80.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I don't even know why this team showed.
Quick right.
Again, Wilson. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will get him one closer.
25, Seahawks 14. Michael Dixon sets the kickoff.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the fourth, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On first down, Coleman. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At the 34-yard line.
Here we go. Black 80!
Hey, watch the slant.
Throwing on second down, Garoppolo. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 16 yards, a first down. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get, at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Cassius Marsh able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, And they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the front.
He's got a man, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Garoppolo to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Give him 30 yards there. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead able to record his 5th sack of the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for San Francisco, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.